The ending, to explain it, is the mirror from Metal Gear Solid 5. This was one of the last big 7th gen console games for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, just in this kind of scale. It was like one of the last ones, period. And it pushed the ever-living shit out of the technology of those consoles. And if you were to just look up a comparison, the only difference is that it's the same thing but with no anti-aliasing and some slightly lower textures and stuff, so it's not really that different. That and an uneven frame rate, but tangent. What I was trying to get to was the ending. So the ending of this was an incredibly hard edit to do because of how shaky the camera is and how much I would have to move around the profile picture of mine just to make it synced up to Big Boss. Now, let me explain the ending. If you look in the comments section, you'll see this comment of my, mask. Because the whole 3 of Spades thing in this is revealed to be a mask. The whole time, PC Veteran, who suddenly just disappears and holds this card, nobody ever really noticed. His face changed. And then when you look as the camera's panning out, he's not holding a card. Well, don't you find it odd that who would have a 3 of Spades, he would never take this card explicitly? That's because the older gentleman is not 3 of Spades. 3 of Spades is actually Purgatory, the two swapped places, which is what the mirror is referring to. Now, when you first see the mirror, you see two identical faces. Now, in the first video, if you look in the description, you died, base boosted either or, you will see two names, Caden and Jacob. That's what these faces are. And because 3 of Spades is 3 people, myself, Caden, and Jacob, then you will see that once the focus has gone back to the mirror, the face changes. Now, do you remember who you are? Because PC Veteran was a placeholder name. It was just an alias, placeholder Veteran, or player call sign Veteran, in other words. I knew I kind of wanted my name to be Veteran of some kind, but I just couldn't settle on what Veteran. What, a computer veteran? An Xbox veteran? I didn't know. And I never was able to make a decision, so I kind of took a liking to the name of Purgatory because, simply put, because of my ineptitude to make any such decision, that kind of molded into an identity of its own. And seeing how a lot of people on the internet tend to think of things that aren't there as opposed to things that are, especially when they play a lot of video games these days. Projection, all of this self-insert stuff you'd probably see on the backside of Steam's indie page nowadays. I felt I should probably play into this. Now, when you notice the music, it's a broken record. The man who sold the world. The world of 3 of Spades is shattering, and the new world of Purgatory is being established. The ending is a literal broken record. Because if I were to continue on that channel in the negative route that I had been going, I would have just seemed like a broken record at that point. So, I broke the curse, so to speak. I stopped this cycle of negativity, and I've started this new channel where I have a new chance. New chance to do what I want. And, hopefully, I can do whatever I please without having to feel as if the guilt of things that I left behind is going to haunt me. When I said I wasn't ever giving you the full picture at the beginning, sort of this, that was why. Because I couldn't formulate it. I wasn't thinking very clearly, and if you're not getting this whole motif with a foggy mirror and all of this other stuff, that was kind of the point. I was very upset with the way that YouTube was going, and that's because I just wasn't using it correctly. I made the mistake of over-relying on it for information and entertainment, when in reality I probably should have just been watching TV and playing video games and, maybe going to use Google or something if I actually want to find information. Like, instead of listening to some middle-aged white dude on a green screen have a sponsor, then maybe, if you're lucky, actually tell you the thing that you want after an hour. Like, wow, that's a really terrible mistake that I've made, and I really should have realized the truth a lot sooner. And it's when I realized that I was doing a bunch of dumb that I just decided to start kind of giving in to what YouTube had been telling me on the front page, to turn on my watch history and search history. Because here's the thing about a lot of privacy and stuff, which was the things that I kept getting. It's a bunch of fear-mongering. Yeah, you don't really have any privacy. YouTube can do whatever the fuck they want with you. If you turn those things off, you just can't have the same things that they'll give you. It's not that you're, of course, not being spied on. Oh no, you absolutely are. It's that you're not going to be able to get anything helpful from it. So, yeah, they tend to treat you as guilty until proven innocent. And I was only fooling myself when I was doing these things. Really, aside from that, I'd like to say I'm very proud of the end result on the channel, in spite of how I might not agree with a lot of myself anymore. I definitely feel like I've made an impact. I've completed a project, and I can look at that channel and I can say, you know what? That's mine. I'm proud of that. I look at that channel, I made history here. I did what I set out to do, and I'm very happy with that. I did that. And now I have a chance to figure out who it is and what, who it is I am and what it is I want to do with this channel. And hopefully, willing to wipe the slate clean. We'll get rid of all that baggage. We'll just focus on what matters. Good, weird, spooky multimedia shit that goes on and does weird, spooky skeleton dances and YouTube poops and musical numbers in an interesting place, in a surreal, dreamy nightmare and all that. I'll still probably use the 3ofSpades account, though. Probably just not to make videos. I'll use this channel to make videos, and probably just that other one to comment. And speaking of comments, that's another thing. I kind of went in with the expectation that people would comment on a lot of my videos. But what the fuck do you comment on? I'm the one who's supposed to be setting up the rules here, not the community. So, from here on out, on this channel, seeming how a lot of people really didn't use the comments, and to be fair, I didn't really do a clear or good job of encouraging people to comment on these videos. We'll just keep the pressure off of you, because clearly you just want to watch something. You know what? I think I have to agree with you. A lot of that interaction bullshit was pretentious anyways. I would rather have good interactions outside of this website that don't get fucking censored or erased, and just play a bunch of the cool games on my backlog. So, I've been thinking of possibly doing some commentary and other things like that, but after the game, we'll see how that goes. Getting a little ranty now, so I think I'll cut it here. Thanks for watching, and take care out there. It's kind of cold.